Before we dive into this incredible HFY sci-fi story, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Your support helps bring more epic tales of humanity's courage against the stars. And don't forget, share this video with a friend who loves sci-fi as much as you do. For 1,000 years, the Zen War Fleet had swept across the galaxy like a cosmic plague, leaving nothing but stellar ash in its wake. Their warships, forged from dark metal stripped from the cores of dead worlds, cut through the void of space like massive blades. The dreadnought World Eater, flagship of the fleet, was a 15-kilometer monstrosity bristling with antimatter cannons, capable of vaporizing entire continents. Supreme Admiral Kazthul gazed through the panoramic command bridge as his latest target came into view, an unremarkable yellow star system on the rim of the Milky Way. His sensors had picked up life signs on the third planet, a blue-green sphere that spun lazily around its modest star. Another trivial conquest, Kazthul muttered, his four hands dancing across the holographic controls. The Zens were an ancient race, with gray-scaled skin and compound eyes that glowed with predatory red light. They had evolved on a resource-starved world, developing a brutal philosophy: consume or be consumed. "Admiral," said Commander Vextar, "we're detecting an approaching vessel. Small, primitive, probably attempting evacuation." Kazthul laughed, a guttural sound that echoed across the bridge. "Let it approach. It'll be amusing to watch their desperation before we—" His words died when the small human ship, no larger than one of their smallest escorts, did something unthinkable. Instead of fleeing or attempting negotiation, it attacked. The UEV Indomitable, an exploration corvette of the Terran Union, unleashed its nuclear missiles against the colossal dreadnought. By any measure in the known universe, it was like an insect attacking a dragon. But Captain Sarah Chen wasn't one to back down. "Weapons officer, concentrate fire on their communication arrays," she ordered, her voice steady against the chaos around her. "Navigation, attack pattern Alpha 7. The Zens watched, initially amused, as the tiny human projectiles exploded harmlessly against their shields. But then something changed. The human ship wasn't trying to inflict damage. It was gathering data. "Interesting," murmured Lieutenant Marcus Webb, the Indomitable's science officer. "Their shields operate on a specific frequency." "And look at this energy pattern," Chen smiled grimly. Humanity had learned much about warfare through their centuries of conflict. One crucial lesson: knowing your enemy was worth more than any weapon. "All ships, this is the Indomitable," Chen broadcast on all frequencies. "Execute Protocol Sherman." From seemingly empty space, dozens of human vessels materialized. Not dreadnoughts or heavy cruisers, but corvettes, destroyers, frigates. Earth's ghost fleet had been shadowing the Zens for months, studying, learning, preparing. For the first time in centuries, Kazthul felt something he had forgotten: uncertainty. Impossible. "How did they find us? Our cloaking shields are—" "Admiral!" Vextar shouted. "They're using our own communication frequencies against us. They're jamming our systems." The battle that followed was unlike any conflict in galactic history. The humans didn't try to match the Zen's superior firepower head-on. Instead, they danced. Every human ship moved in chaotic patterns, using the dreadnought's own mass against it, forcing it to fire through its own escorts. "They're making us destroy our own fleet," Kazthul roared. But it was worse than that. The humans weren't just winning. They were having fun. Chen could hear her fleet's communications, pilots laughing as they pulled physics-defying maneuvers, engineers improvising modifications in real time, soldiers singing old Terran war songs. "You Zens have conquered 1,000 worlds," Chen transmitted directly to the Zen bridge. "But you've never faced a species that made warfare into an art form. You destroy planets because it's efficient. We protect ours because it's who we are." The Indomitable dove straight into the center of the Zen formation, its overcharged shields blazing like a newborn star. Chen knew it was a suicide run, but she also knew it would send a message that would echo across the galaxy. Except she didn't die. At the last second, The corvette emerged intact on the other side of the dreadnought, leaving behind not explosions, but something worse. A computer virus. Zen systems began failing one by one, their own weapons turning against them. How? Kazthul was beyond rage, bordering on panic. You should have studied our history, Chen replied calmly. We learn from every species we encounter, including the ones you destroyed. Your own victims taught us how to beat you. The Zen fleet, invincible for millennia, found itself crippled. Not destroyed, the humans could have done that, but humiliated. Their weapons were offline, their communications hacked, and their most feared vessels floated helpless in the void. Kazthul, facing the possibility of actual defeat for the first time, did the unthinkable. He opened a communication channel to the humans. What? What do you want? His trembling voice betrayed centuries of arrogance crumbling away. We want you to go home, Chen said simply, and stay there. The galaxy isn't your playground anymore. And if we refuse? Chen allowed herself a smile that Kazthul couldn't see but could certainly hear in her voice. Then you'll discover why humans are the only species that wages war against itself for sport, and still thrives. The silence on the Zen bridge was deafening. Finally, Kazthul did something no Zen commander had done in 1,000 years of conquest. Zen fleet. Withdraw to home territory, immediately. As the Zen ships departed, their once proud forms now seeming defeated and broken, Chen watched through the main display. Earth gleamed serenely in the distance, unaware of how close it had come to annihilation. Captain, Webb said, think they'll stay away? Chen considered the question. For now, but if they come back, we'll be ready. This galaxy has room for everyone who wants to coexist. For those who only understand destruction, she paused. Watching the last Zen ships disappear into hyperspace, well, they just learned there are consequences. Humanity had taken its first step as galactic protector, not through conquest, but through something the Zens never understood, the willingness to fight not for power, but for the freedom to exist. In the vastness of space, a small human ship patrolled silently, guardian of 1,000 worlds that didn't even know it existed. And somewhere, in a distant corner of the galaxy, a once invincible fleet was learning what it meant to fear the dark.